First thing I'm going to create today is it's a fall salad. And if you guys have ever eaten at our Whole Plus Some station, we serve it out there I think once a week or so. And we do it from apples, pears, jicama, and it's a yogurt recipe. Sorry, right in front of me. And I've already peeled the apples and pears to save a little time without the pears. In the recipe, the pears don't need to be peeled. In my opinion, you don't have to peel the apples if you don't want to. That's totally up to you guys. If you want to peel the stuff, peel it. If you don't want to peel it, again, there's no food police, or I'm not going to come to your house and say, why aren't you peeling that, or why aren't you doing that? Holding the knife properly, the best way to hold it is if somebody's shaking your hand. Hold your hand out. The thumb goes on the outside over here. Your knuckle is right here on the edge. And if you cut a lot, as we do, you develop a callus in here. If you don't cut, I guess for a lot of times when I don't cut a lot, it'll start giving me a blister here, put a Band-Aid on it. But when you do a lot of cutting, the callus develops and it doesn't hurt anymore after a while. But what I do is I just go straight down, using the front of the knife, and then keeping away from the core, obviously. I'll just turn them out. Good thing to do is always put them on the flat surface too, when you're cutting. And we're going to just slice these like a julienne slice. And I can do this while I'm looking at you. Not to be fancy, but when you do it enough times, you learn how to use your left hand. Also, if you're left-handed, it's the opposite. You curl your fingers in and always tuck your thumb back. Never curl your fingers in and keep your thumb out, or you will slice your thumb off. So we'll start off with the apples. It is better if you make it a little bit ahead of time, because the salad's a little dry when you're first making it. It'll say that in your recipe. If you cut something that big, always use the back end of the knife, back in here. You have more, keep the tip of the knife on the table and rock. It will help you slice it. Just want to again slice this again. Again, if the knife wasn't sharp, I couldn't do this. I'd be trying to slice through something really hard. Jicama is kind of a hard vegetable. Okay, so we have all the ingredients in there. The cransons and almonds are for garnish. So get some plain yogurt. Fresh lemon juice, just squeeze some lemons. I've already squeezed them to save a little time. And some honey. And if you're going to make this, I would leave the honey out of the refrigerator, or never get it out of the bottle. Just mix that up and pour it on top of. And that is just plain yogurt, not vanilla, just plain low-fat yogurt is usually the best thing to use. And then we'll mix this up. And you can see it doesn't have much color right now because everything was peeled except for the pears, so you have a little bit of green in there. And I probably put too much dressing in here. Again, like I told you before, I don't really measure. I just look through it by eye. And then cransons on top for a little color. And some almonds. If you don't like almonds, don't use them. I personally don't like almonds. It's good this time of the year when you have fresh pears. And again, you can substitute really any kind of fruit for it. I mean, I have red delicious apples, Granny Smith apples, and the jicama in here. But you can put really anything in here that you like. If you don't like Granny Smith apples, you want to put Macintosh in there. There's really, again, I'm not coming to your house to say don't use that. There's no food police, at least that I know of.
What does jicama taste like?
It's kind of like apple in a way, but it's not as sweet. It kind of gives you that sweet and savory. So it's, with the yogurt and the honey on it, it makes it a little bit sweeter. It's kind of hard to describe. It goes real well with the apples and the pears. And the new trend today is like sweet and savory. And actually the dessert I'm doing today is fruit with the savory spices on it. You see the contrast, there's a lot of contrast in today's food trends. So This way you don't have the same, everybody, you know, years ago it used to be all sweet or all spicy. Now we're mixing. Who knows what'll happen 5 years from now? Maybe going back to the way it used to be. But it's kind of neat the way things happen. Everything seems to go in trends.